Hey y'all, let's go ahead. We're going to tap in for some career and finance readings or messages to see what's going on for us in matters of career and finance. Go ahead, hit that thumbs up button for me if you don't mind, as well as the subscribe button while you're at it. We're going to see what is coming up in these cards for career and finance. Spirit, thank you so much for connecting me with the YouTube collective. Please allow me to channel these messages with ease, grace, accuracy, and precision, so that I can provide the YouTube collective with the insight, clarity, and guidance that they're seeking in regards to their career and finances. Spirit, we do thank you so much for your guidance, your insight, the clarity that you bring. We thank you for your healing, your protection, your love. Ashe, ashe, ashe. Okay. Let's see what we got going on in career and finance. Okay, so we have power position. You are being promoted or called to lead. Time to step into your sovereignty and guide others with compassion. We love that. So stepping into that big boss energy. We also have flashback. People from the past return. You may work with a previous coworker or take back an old job. You get a second chance. And we also have cutting ties. You may need to leave your current position and look for something better. Ending a job doesn't mean burning bridges. Go with grace, all right? So, yes, I don't know. I just did a reading and it reminded me of this energy here. I can't remember. It might have been for one of the zodiac signs. Yeah, I don't recall. So, yes, there is some changes going on here, okay? Some of you could be thinking about, look, you might have started a new job and don't like it and are thinking about going back to your old company, okay? So if you left on good terms, it does look like they would take you back, all right? For others of you, you're at a shitty job right now, you don't like it, and you're like, okay, I kind of need to move on elsewhere. There might be little room for growth where you're at right now. Maybe you are wanting to step up into a position of leadership, but there's just like not opportunities for you to do so. So you're like, all right, well, I guess I need to look elsewhere. So that could be the space that you're in here as well. You might be applying for leadership, management positions, just kind of going straight into it instead of like, oh, let me kind of start off at an entry level position and work my way up. Like some of you are like, nah, I'm just going to go for it. I'm going to go for the management position and kind of see what happens. All right. I just heard a management training program. So some of you could be invited into one of those at your current job. Or if you do go back to an old job, they will take you on as a manager, okay? So maybe you left previously, you were just kind of at an entry-level position, but it looks like they'll take you back on, but in a promoted status, so you will be making more money too. You'll have more responsibilities, but hey, you know, it might pay off for you. So yeah, go ahead, put that 2 weeks in notice in, you know, whatever it is you need to do to cut ties and get ready to kind of make space for something new. I will say wait until you actually have an opportunity to cut those ties. In this economy, it's just not really worth the stress of just quitting a job and just raw dogging it out here, expecting a new job to just fall into your lap the next day. Okay, this job market is a little rough out here, just speaking from personal experience, right? So plan accordingly, okay? You don't like where you're at right now, you need to start looking for something new, point blank period, okay? Some of you might need to talk with leadership as well for like a job referral. They might even be telling you like, yeah, you know, I love you, I totally understand why you want to leave or whatever. I am in support of you and, you know, getting you to your next position, you know, to your next company, whatever. I'll do whatever you need, okay? So it could be that kind of situation coming through as well, where you're getting leadership on your side to kind of support you in cutting these ties and moving on to your next opportunity. Yeah, it's funny I use the word love. So some of y'all could literally have a manager that loves you. Okay, so you know, that's definitely a good person to have in your corner when it comes to the job situation. All right. For others of you, this could be about moving in a direction that you actually love, doing work that you enjoy, right? So there could be an element of that coming through as well. That could be the direction that you're wanting to move in as you cut ties with a position that's just not doing it for you. You don't love it. You might not even like it. And it's just like, all right, I've spent 40 hours a week doing this thing that I don't really enjoy. It's time to make a change. Okay. So you might be feeling led by love right now and what truly moves you, what is meaningful to you. Okay. I heard what adds a little bit of magic to your life, right? So you might be in a space where you're kind of like romanticizing your life and even your career and your finances, and you're wanting to align with a path that is, truly harmonious with you and in alignment with you and what matters to you, your values, your beliefs, your goals, all of those things. Okay. So we love to see that. That you're also just like emanating a very loving energy like through your heart chakra. So this is actually a good time for you to attract new opportunities to you. If you're leading with love, you can definitely have some really good things come your way. We also have inspiration coming through as well. Like, yes, you're wanting to be more inspired by the work that you do. Maybe you feel like you're just kind of going through the motions and it's just like, oh, this is just a means to an end. I'm clocking in, clocking out, making my money to pay my bills. But once again, I don't really care about what I'm doing. So it's something about you that is shifting where you're like, yeah, something's got to give. I cannot be in this space where I'm just feeling so lackluster, feeling just like blah day in and day out. Okay. So you're definitely wanting to make some changes when it comes to the kind of work that you do. I don't know if some of you are like shifting into like nonprofit work or something like that. That might be where you're feeling led to go, to support a cause that, really matters to you. Okay. But it could be any industry that you are exploring here. But yeah, trust what you're being led by right now. Trust the good vibes. I was even picking up on that in the all signs general reading with the Knight of Wands that came through, which is, a character that is very much led by inspiration. Okay. So get your Knight of Wands on right now. The Knight of Wands is also someone that explores their options. So when it comes to career, you could definitely be exploring different options, different ways to make money. Let's see what else we have coming through here. All right, so from the Angel Oracle, we have flexibility, okay, which is definitely giving me that Knight of Wands. Life is full of changes and surprises. Your guidance is to move with the current, for it is resisting the flow which creates problems. Ask your angel to help you open your mind and heart to new ideas and fresh options. When you accept the possibility that there are other ways, previously unseen doorways will be open to you and you will move easily through change. There is a solution to every problem, so look at all things with eyes of love and expectation. Then life force will flow freely through you. You will feel healthy and alive and can access the necessary resources and wisdom within yourself to help you through change. The affirmation associated with this card is, I am free and flexible. Okay. And we also have gratitude. All right. Your guidance is to count your blessings. When you say thank you to the universe for its gifts, it responds generously to you. Angel wisdom reminds you to say thank you for all that you have, the intangible as well as the tangible. Whenever you say thank you from your heart, more is bestowed on you, for gratitude is a key to opening the doors to universal abundance. Cultivate an attitude of gratitude and open yourself to receive love and plenty into your life. Your angels will smile on you. The affirmation is, I am grateful for everything in my life, and I love how it mentioned, whenever you say thank you from your heart, going back to that love, right? Your heart chakra that is being kind of focused on here. So some of you need to get more into that practice of gratitude, saying like, I am grateful for the work that I do. I am grateful for my job. I love my job. I love what we do. I love the team I work for. I love my supervisor, blah, 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 blah. Okay. So definitely get into changing your narrative when it comes to work, because some of you have been very limited by the status quo narrative of, oh, I just go do my work, I clock in, clock out, and it pays the bills. Okay. That is a boring ass narrative, to say the least. Okay. So it's time for you to romanticize the narrative when it comes to your career, your business, your finances. All right. Using language that is going to help co-create more desirable experiences for you in these areas of life. Oh my God, the Knight of Wands came out again. Okay. So this card keeps wanting to come out across different readings. Yes, this is that flexibility, that mutability, the adaptability, going with the flow. This is Sagittarius energy. Maybe you have those placements in your chart. Even if you don't, this is still your message, okay? Where you're needing to move more like a Sagittarius, okay? If you have any in your life, you know that they are movers, they're shakers, they're hustlers. So for some of you, you might not be meant to kind of travel a traditional path when it comes to your work. It could be really stretching you and challenging you to kind of try some new things, to pivot into a different industry. Okay. So, it's going to be a little different for everybody, but yeah, like be open to doing something different than what you've been doing. All right. Let's see what else we have coming through. You could also be a fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, or have those placements in your chart. I was picking up on a digital nomad with the Knight of Wands too, so that could even be work that you're looking to kind of transition into. Let's see what else is coming through in the tarot for career and finances. Spirit, what other messages are coming through for career and finances? Yeah, so we also have the Knight of Pentacles. All right, so this is a little bit slower moving than the Knight of Wands. All right, so this is kind of putting like one foot in front of the other. And this is also saying too, you might have a tendency to get really excited about stuff and then kind of like, taper off. Okay, so the Knight of Pentacles is really going to test your commitment when it comes to the things that you were really excited about, really inspired by. All right. It's going to require you to show up and to be more disciplined. The Hermit here, some of you could be in a space where you're kind of like introverted right now, figuring out what direction you really need to move into. Okay. In the Hermit, he's kind of reconnecting, or she in this case is reconnecting with their North Star, right? Their destined path. So this could be what you are in the process of doing right now, just in your isolation period, okay? We have the Queen of Wands, all right, coming through in that inspiration again, bold, creative, charismatic, someone that they've got endless ideas, right? And they've got a lot of energy to back it up too. So I really like the Queen of Wands coming through. This does suggest that you're going to be taking some bold action in the direction towards your goals. Some of you are entrepreneurs or are meant to be. The Queen of Wands, Knight of Wands, they're typically like their own boss, okay? So that could be something that you're stepping into. We have the Queen of Pentacles as well. So look how we have fire and earth, okay? So you could have fire and earth placements in your chart, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, okay? But it is, these little sets are coming through to remind you that you kind of need to have both of these energies. You need to have the inspiration of the Queen of Wands, the motivation, the excitement, but you also need to have the discipline of the Queen of Pentacles, right? The groundedness, the practicality, right? It's like your dreams, your visions won't become a reality unless you actually make them happen, and unless you really follow through on your goals. So I like that both of these energies are coming through, because you do have a nice balance of that inspiration and excitement and the love for what you're wanting to do, but it's also balanced with some real strategy here, like, okay, this is how we're going to go about this. We also have the Ten of Swords coming through here. I love this Ten of Swords because she's standing on 2 feet and not, face planted into the ground. So I do feel like the rough times are behind you here with the Ten of Swords, whatever you've been going through. If there have been like major betrayals or really painful endings and transitions that you've had to experience, I do feel like that is behind you. Okay. That you are moving into a place of more optimism, of more possibility here. So this is definitely something refreshing to kind of be moving out of. Even looking at their body language, like how both of the queens are faced away from this Ten of Swords. So it's like you've gone through this energy already, and now you're coming out on the other side of it, stronger, better, wiser, for it. Okay. So I love to see this very empowered energy that you are coming through in. Yeah, this looks really good for you all. So prepare to, if you haven't already come out of this Ten of Swords, this could also be the ending that you're initiating. You're putting in that 2 weeks notice. You're letting somebody know, like, yeah, this ain't working for me no more. Okay. So you could easily be doing that here as well. But once again, you're the one that's like in the position of power here. So that's a really good space to be in. Some of you could be seeing like crows or ravens a lot. That's kind of symbolic that there is going to be some sort of ending that is coming into your life pretty soon, but it is going to make way for a really exciting new beginning. All right. So with that being said, my loves, I am going to wrap up this reading here. If this resonates at all, please leave me a comment, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And until next time, sending you so much love. Take care. Bye.